All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for thank you for joining me, rather. Sorry. And good night, good evening, however the hell you say it. Listen, guys, by the way, real quick, I have to get this out. Do me a favor. I know I was telling you guys, watch the commercials and all that other bullshit. Fuck those commercials. Seriously, screw them. They're the worst. They take too long. They're like 8 hours long. I'm like, who watch? Why is there an 8 hour commercial? Screw them. Seriously, they're so annoying. I'm annoyed at these commercials. It's insane. Anyway, guys, let's get it out of the way. Mr. Landfill, thank you for the 5x5. GMA, thank you for the 5x5. Dan Phillips, another friend. Ozark Prepper, Prep to Adapt. Finley Dog. Biffer, thank you for the 5x5. CNC Farmer, Flown Grown, thank you for the 5x5. Girl, Cat Girl. Jim, The Rooster, Francine, Adriana, Joanne, sorry. Kevin, Jeep Girl, Coffee, John, thank you for the 5x5. Dick Whiskey, thank you for the whiskey. Randy, Tony, Comet Moon, thank you for the 5x5. Thank you for the Spam by 5. South Florida DLC, Lisa, thank you for the 5x5. CNC, Laura, Michael, thank you for the 5x5. Betty, thank you for the 8x10. Patty, Spotted Fawn, thank you for the 5x5. Glock, Tommy, Mad Cow, Will, Ben, Ladybug, I can't pronounce that first name. Thank you for the 5x5. Jessica, Steven, Patty, Daly, Aaron, thank you for the 5x5. Isaacs, thank you for the 69x69. K-Man, thank you for the 5x5x5. Steven, thank you for the 5x56. And good evening to you all. Retired Army Ranger, Hackshaw, I like that one. Tanya, Brandon, good enough. Thank you for the 5x5. Audrey, thank you for the 5x5. Someone said L, thank you for the 10 by spam. Anna, Outsider, Right Cheer, Lance, thank you for the 5x5. Jared McKenzie, Mary, Kaya, Itman, is that pronouncing that right? Yeah, Itman. Donna, Grand, thank you for the 5x5. Great host, thank you for the 9x9. Bush Pig, Rona, Rep McCowan. Rhonda, sorry, thank you for the 5x5. Chris, thank you for the 5x5. Jim, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it all, guys. Thank you. All right, so let's get it out of the way. And Kristen, thank you for the 5x5. So, guys, before I go ahead and talk about the heads up I received, tonight on the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about tensions arising. A bit of a fiasco happened at Columbia University tonight. New York City is ramping up their protection, and so is every other city, not just New York, but every other major city, especially a major city with a high population of Muslims. They are ramping up all of their security. And we got a lot of shit, guys, going on around the world. And this is not just here. This is all over the world. So when the Hamas leader made that threat about a global jihad, this is around the world. This is not just here in the United States. It's not just in the UK or in Israel. It's all over the world. And everybody is gearing up for something. Now, do I think something's going to happen? The jury's still out on that one. I'm a little more observant than I was a day ago. So obviously, when I'm out and about, I'm going to be paying attention to what's going on. But from what I'm hearing from the NYPD, they called everybody to come in tomorrow. So unless you're dying or sick or your dick is falling off, you're to report into work. So they're not letting anybody go. I think everybody's staying on for whatever the shifts that they stay on for. So that's not a red flag. A lot of people do not want to be caught with their pants down like what happened to Israel. So I think there's a little more, not overacting, but they're just more precautions. That's a better word. More precautions, right? So there is something I'm headed to tomorrow. Hold on. hold on. Let's see. One of my buddies sent me a protesting flyer for tomorrow at 3 o'clock downtown Times Square. There's going to be a pro-Palestinian rally. This is going to be fucking awesome because there are a lot of Israelis and a lot of Jews had actually come down to New York to also protest on the other side. So this is going to be pretty good. I will be live streaming it tomorrow at around 3, maybe a little later. I want to gauge what's going on before I start filming. Because they start lobbing bottles and shit, and then like I'm trying to film and dodging it. It's going to be no good. So I'm going to go down there, check out the scene, check out what's going on, and I'll be live streaming from it. If listen, yelling and screaming and shit gets out of control, I'll film until I can't. If I have to step in and help, then obviously the camera's going away. But I'm definitely excited about tomorrow. At least that portion of it, I'm excited about it. I'm like, yo, the amount of the tension that's building up all over the world, guys, is insane. Everybody is emotional. There are people that for example, by the way, the pictures of those kids that circulating the internet of them being burnt, and then the one baby that wasn't alive. Those pictures from the initial attack, those are not from the captive kids that they were rumoring about that were being beheaded. So that's not that. And the Israeli government can't confirm those pictures are from the kids that were missing. That's what they were saying. So I know a lot of people are circulating that. They're emailing me. These are the pictures you were looking for? No, those are not the pictures I was looking for. But mount the camera onto your helmet. Trek, I don't have a helmet. I don't know why I would have a helmet, but no, I don't have a helmet. So yeah, but it should be fun. Listen, guys, I know a lot of people don't go down there. This is first of all, whether I have a YouTube channel or not, I'm going down there just because of the shit that's going to ensue and just the crazy and just I want to film the passion in everyone's eyes and the craziness in everyone's eyes because everybody's so fucking emotional. Now, again, if shit goes sideways, then that's a different story. Jason needs a helmet. Well, and listen, I'm also going there for the other reason of if shit goes sideways, I can help. Right? That me sitting up here and watching it on TV like everybody else is not how I was designed. I didn't do this shit 9/11. I didn't do this shit any other time that I was requested to help or told to come down and help. My buddies were getting into a street fight when I was a teenager. Guess where I was? I was outside mixing it up with everybody else. I'm not designed to stay home. A lot of us are not designed to stay home. A helmet will protect my head, but I don't have a helmet, and I'm not going to get one in the next 12 hours or less. Less, sorry. Wait a minute, maybe it's more. Yeah, less than 12 hours. Anyway, but yeah, listen, it's just what I do. And listen, guys, if 3 o'clock comes around or 3:30 or 4, and I'm not live streaming, that means shit got carried away, and I'm helping out. I'm not fucking live streaming. I'm not gonna be one of those guys live streaming myself helping out. Guys, look, there's someone with a broken leg. Let me show you how to fix it. No, we're gonna get into the mix. We're gonna fucking get carried away. Could someone tell my mother to stop donating to her son? Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. But you don't have to do that. Epic fail. But she's probably going to tell me, don't do it. And I should have known that she was watching. Then I wouldn't have said anything. But yeah, listen, guys. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's not... Like I said, I think we need to be more prepared to what's going to happen. I'm not completely convinced that something's going to happen. I'm a little more wary now. But I'm not like, yo, it's get ready. No. Guys, whether it happens or it doesn't, we are prepared. We're mentally prepared, we're physically prepared, and we're prepared with our gear. That is why we have prepper gear. That's why we have prepper channels. We prepare for the possibility of something happening. The The likeliness of this happening is a lot higher than it was a week ago. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying the likeliness of it happening is a lot higher. Large Cash, thank you for the donation, and I appreciate it. My mother's going to make me wear a helmet, is what she's going to do. She's going to put your little retard helmet on, so that when they hit you in the head, it doesn't knock the rest of your common sense out. But, yeah, guys, it's if something does happen, we're ready. If something does happen, we won't be caught up by surprise. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to sit here and say anything else. I'm not going to turn into the Canadian fella and be like, the sky is falling. I don't fucking know. We don't know. But it's better to have this information, keep it in the back of your head, and when something pops off, you're like, oh shit, I thought this was going to happen, and then you react accordingly, right? You don't, maybe he wants to get a new chair. Listen, guys, the chair has leprosy. Leave it alone. It's AIDS, whatever you want it to have. That's what it has right now. But someone said go there in whiteface. If I go there in whiteface, I'm definitely going to get beat up by somebody. The amount of protesting that's going on right now, guys, is insane. But the Palestinian protesting is at a new level of disrespect. New level of disrespect. There are adults holding up the signs or pictures of those kids that are circulating on the internet and going, good for them, to hell they go, like all these different signs. I'm like, you just brought the disrespect to another level. So, of course, the Jews are going to be upset, and they're going to be like, Moish and them are going to fucking get together and start throwing pennies and nickels at them, like really hard, or put all their change in a sock and start swinging it around, because that's what's going on, right? You got the sand people throwing fucking sand at the Jews. You got the Jews throwing fucking nickels and dimes at the sand people. You're like, what the fuck, man? And everybody's being overly emotional at some shit that, like, listen, take it over there. Don't do that shit here. And to be that disrespectful, man, holy shit. It's insane. It's the insanity of the disrespect is insane. But, yeah, man. It's fucking, it's all I'm saying is that the tension between the groups that are protesting or rallying, if you will, it's going to get astronomically out of control. Astronomically out of control. We haven't seen anything yet, guys. We haven't seen shit. This is like the tip of the iceberg. The longer that these rallies go on, because I can't call them pro this and pro that. These rallies that go on, the longer they go on, the more tension and anger is going to build up. And somebody's going to snap. And somebody's going to let it fucking happen. So, stand on the Palestinian side, you'll be safer. I'm not standing on anybody's side. The side that I'm going to stand in is probably going to get me hit by a car. But I'm going to try my best to stand in the middle of the street. Try. If they're letting traffic go through there, then probably not. Or maybe I'll go back and forth. I'll think of something. But, I listen, and like Catskill just said it. She just said she agreed. The disrespect is next level. Like, listen, you want to be, pro-Palestine, be pro-Palestine. But when you start putting up or having pictures and signs about good for what Hamas is doing, or I'm paraphrasing. When you have that kind of shit going on, guys, it's a new level of disrespect. When you have the pictures of the girls who were killed over there, that's a new level of disrespect. Good for them. I hope they were raped. I mean, like, what the fuck is that? So the Prepper Revelator, man, you didn't have to do that, number one, but thank you. I appreciate it as always, guys. I appreciate all the donations. Thank you. Thank you. Palestinians are seasoned warriors. This could get rough. Yeah, the Watchmen. Palestinians in Palestine are seasoned warriors. These Palestinians over here, I fear, are Americanized, and they're soft like everybody else. They're like fucking marshmallows. They're all soft. And the worst part is, I'm hoping, and my mother, of course, is like, stay your butt home. But she's in Florida, and even if she was here, I do one of those moves, and then she break her hip and fall on the floor, and then I have to take her to the hospital, and that didn't get. So, anyway, But yeah, listen. Again, guys, it will be okay. If something dramatic happens, you will know. It's simple. And I'm not by any means trying to be a martyr or anything like that. I just want you guys to see the insanity that's going on in the world. Again, you stand with what you want to stand with. You want to stand with Israel, so be it. But everybody's got to recognize that Israel's not innocent. You want to stand with Palestine, you got to recognize that Palestine is not innocent. Neither side is innocent. Nobody's good. Everybody at some level or point in time in their existence has been a scumbag. With that, guys, those who back Palestine and Hamas's action, that's the bone I have to pick with people. Not that you want to back Palestine, the country, so be it. The people, I get it. But to sit there and pick a bone with and side with Hamas and their actions, that's an entirely different ballgame. An entirely different ballgame. But this should be interesting. Nighthawk, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it again. But listen, guys, I'm young enough that I could start bobbing and weaving and shit. I could be like, whoa, like I can still do it. When I can't anymore, then I'll stop doing shit like that. But yeah, I should be fine. That's ADHD. Yes, I do have ADHD. I am sorry. So I do want to talk about the heads up that I got today. And crazy enough, the person that called me, she never calls. Like never. She'll text. We'll shoot the shit for like here and there. But she called me and I looked at the phone number and I'm like, why the fuck is she calling me? So I ignored the phone call. She texts me, I'm calling you, fuckface. And I go, it's got to be something serious. So I'm thinking, like the worst. And it wasn't what I thought it was. And she tells me, she goes, listen, she goes, I have a buddy that works in the federal government. And he states, this is according to him, he told her, if you are legally allowed to carry, you should absolutely carry them on. He goes, we don't like what we are hearing. And that's all he told her. I mean, he told her a couple other things. But he said that they didn't like what they were hearing. When I heard that, I was like, interesting. And I was like, all right. And she goes, yeah. She goes, I never heard him say that before. He's been on the job probably 15 years. Or she said maybe more than that. She goes, I've never heard anyone say that before. So with that, I stopped by the firehouse today. And they have a notice that we normally don't get, guys. The fire department normally doesn't get this. But there was I can't read what it said. That I cannot do. But I can paraphrase what was on here. So apparently, guys, they want us to act professional, act accordingly during the civil unrest. It was a civil unrest notice throughout the entire city. So FD, EMS, PD, sorry, I'm pretty sure even sanitation all got this notice. And it was just to be careful and keep your heads about you. Now, the firefighters that are downtown Manhattan, they're the ones that have to worry more about this than us in the Bronx. We're in the Bronx, right? We listen, like I said before, they're not bombing Negroes and fucking Spanish people. They don't care about us. They're like, those people, they're nothing to worry about. They already have the pits. Leave them alone. Let's go downtown where there's more people. Now, there's a lot of people here in these neighborhoods, but they want to fucking mass casualty downtown if they're going to do something. With the FBI agent giving her that direct warning, and it wasn't a warning from the FBI to the public, the federal agent to the public, it was a warning from from a federal agent of some kind. She wouldn't tell me. I assumed FBI, but I asked the FBI, she said no. And from a federal agent, and it was a direct message. So he's more concerned about what he's hearing, and he doesn't like what he's hearing. So with that being said, guys, keep your head on a swivel, or an extra swivel, if you will. Again, I'm not 100% convinced, but being that that warning was personal and she passed it on to me, I'm passing it on to you guys. Just keep your head on a swivel, is all I'm saying. Could something happen tomorrow? Absolutely. But I'm not going to be that guy that's going to be like, yo, it's going to happen. It's really going to happen. We don't fucking know. But we need to be extra cautious tomorrow. Yeah, listen, 82 FDNY. Yeah, I know they're Jews in the Bronx. They're Jews everywhere. They're Jews upstate New York. They even got not a lockdown, but they got extra protection at the synagogues upstate New York. Yeah, anywhere there are Jews, they have higher security for them right now. And I don't know, but I haven't heard anything from the Jewish community as in regards to staying home, right? So it's not much not to Canadian. So I don't know what they're doing. They're probably going to go to work as per usual, which I think they will, because they're just going to be on high alert. That's all it is. It's being on a high alert, high regards to what's going on. I don't think anybody is going to. I don't think anybody's going to stay home. Though I was talking to the wife and I stated, should the kids stay home? And she was like, well, there'll be cops all over the street, so it should be okay. I'm like, when was the last time you heard of a cop stopping a bomb or a blast or standing in front of a blast? I got this. Never. I said, so you want to rethink that? Just, let me know what you're going to do. But yeah, it should be fine. Whatever. But popular tonight. I'm not popular. It's just people want to hear what's going on. So now, guys, with all of that being said, just keep that in the back of your head. Don't flip out on it. Don't be like that fucking black fellow on YouTube. Don't do that. Just be on higher alert. Just keep your shit frosty tomorrow. That's all. Nothing could happen tomorrow, right? But if something does happen, like I said, at least you know in the back of your head when something pops off, you're like, there it is. I got this. I thought this might happen. This is how I'm going to respond. Avoid large crowds. You'll be fine. He said avoid large crowds. All right, guys. So now let's get into the thick of the show. Now we're going to go over the death toll, right? Then people from other countries that passed away, not the Israelis. We're going to talk about the different people from around the world that went missing and or dead because of this Hamas attack. We're going to start with us. United States, guys, has 22 confirmed dead. I think it went up to 25 and 17 missing. When the numbers go up, it normally means that they either A, found extra bodies, or B, they had people at a hospital or something and they died in the hospital. So I think the numbers at 25 and 17 are missing. Italians, 3 are missing. Ukrainians, 2 are dead, 6 are missing. Austrians, 3 are kidnapped. Ireland, 1 is missing. Australia, 1 is dead. Argentinian, 7 dead, 15 missing. Brazilian, 2 dead, 1 missing. UK, 2 dead, 17 Brit citizens who are either murdered or missing. They don't know. Germans, 1 dead, unknown number of missing, including 2 Shani. I don't know what this means, guys, so please fill me in the chat. Shani Lukes, L-O-U-K, including 2 Shawnee L-O-U-Ks. Tanzania, 2 missing. I wouldn't have thought they were kidnapped any Africans. Whatever. 2 are missing. Mexico, 2 kidnapped, including a Mexican. Oh, sorry. This is confirmed by the Mexican Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Nepal, 10 dead, 1 missing, 4 injured. Chinese, 2 dead, 4 missing, 1 kidnapped, 10 injured. Now, the missing and kidnapped, the reason why they're different, guys, because right now they're considered missing until they're confirmed dead or kidnapped. Sri Lanka, 2 missing. Philippines, 3 dead, 3 missing. Panama, 1 missing. Paraguay, 2 missing. Peru, 2 dead, 2 missing. France, 10 dead, 1 kidnapped, 18 still missing. Chile, 3 dead, 1 missing. Canadians, 3 About 31 dead and 3 missing. I don't know if I read that right. The Canadian government announced October 9th that it is trying to confirm the reports. All right. Colombia, 2 missing. Cambodia, 1 dead. Russia, 4 dead and 6 missing. Thailand, 21 dead, 14 kidnapped, 13 injured. Wow. All right. And Israel right now is claiming that they found an ISIS flag recovered at on a Hamas fighter. Right? So, unfortunately, not the Canadian. Just so yeah, I found that to be interesting. Alert. So all right, the Israeli army said today, it was preparing for a ground assault on Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip, but the country's political leader has not yet taken or made a decision. So, special forces from the United States, Israel Special Forces, are said to be going in. Now, special forces from the United States are going to be support. They're not going into the Gaza Strip. They're going to be support on the Israeli side, I guess, freeing up their men to go in and do any rescues that need to be made. The Israeli special forces are going in to rescue hostages or recover bodies, if that makes sense. God damn it, I left my fucking water all the way over there. Anyway, so a second strike group, guys, is moving into position. They're probably already there because I got this morning. A preemptive strike against Hezbollah is becoming more of a possibility. Right now, Israel is thinking about striking Hezbollah. The IRGC, which is the Iranian military, is considering stepping into the war, but that is a lot of talk right now. No confirmation from the Iranian government themselves, but that is constant talk that they're looking to step in. Founding leaders of Hamas was found to be one of the dead in an airstrike yesterday. Israel Special Forces, like I said, boots on the ground inside Gaza. They're rescuing any hostages that are taken from Israel. That's what I'm assuming. India is carrying out, this is important. This one's important. India is carrying out live fire drills as they are possibly preparing for China to make a move. That's very important because I talked about the possibility of India and China getting into it and that China could be making a move on Taiwan. Now, there's one thing I want people to understand because I know that there's a little bit of a misconception. Just because what's happening in Israel doesn't mean that the United States is taking their eye off of Taiwan, the India border, or Ukraine. It doesn't work that way. What they do is they start special units or committees, if you will. I think it's units. And what the unit is, guys, is the people that are watching Ukraine, they're staying there watching Ukraine. And they're watching what's going on. They're listening. Whoever's watching the India-China border, they're looking at that. Who's ever looking at the South North Korea incident that looks like it's starting to unfold, they're watching that. They got groups of people watching these. Nobody's taking their eye off the ball. So understand that. Where the fuck were we? Okay, Hezbollah has issued a statement blaming the United States for the attack on Gaza. They hold the United States fully responsible for the airstrike on Gaza. I guess we're gonna play. Here's the problem. I don't care what society or what environment you live in. Everybody's playing the blame game. It's somebody blaming somebody for something. Hezbollah blaming the United States for the attack on Gaza is out of control, but that's what they think. Side note, with Afghan guys was hit with another earthquake of 6.3 magnitude. So I talked about the earthquake they were hit 2 days ago. They were hit with another one, I think, yesterday, 6.3. Their death toll is absolutely going to shoot up. Many Israelis from around the world are returning home to help and fight. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they are all being recalled and requested to come home. And I wrote this early this morning. I saw an article stating that a lot of Israelis are returning home on their own accord to handle what's going on. Hackers, and this is another one to listen to, guys. Keep this in the back of your head. Don't flip out. Don't start fucking blaming anyone. Keep this in the back of your head. Hackers are joining in on the fight on the Palestinian and or Hamas side. They're hacking into multiple apps. They're hacking into Israeli systems. to either shut it down, throw it for a loop. They hacked into supposedly an app that warns people about incoming missiles, and they hacked into that. So just keep that in the back of your head. Enough already. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. So hackers are joining in on a fight at some levels. I could see them trying to join in the hacking campaign here in the United States. If these hackers are on the side of Palestine and or Hamas, we could be faced, guys, a giant C. We could be faced with possible hacker warfare here in this country, right? So just keep that in the back of your head if the lights go out all of a sudden. This could be something that we could be seeing in the near future. Israel is facing a war on 5 fronts, possibly. Right now, they're looking at Iran. They have Hamas. They're talking about Hezbollah, and I don't know who the other 2 are, unless ISIS and the Taliban get involved. Then that would be the other 2. Multiple malicious, messaging, are coming from the Middle Eastern region. So apparently, people are sending messages out to Israel, sending the messages out to other Muslims, to help fight in Israel. The warning that came from the ex-Hamas leader was a call on jihad, a global jihad. Now, this is what he said. Let me see if I can find it. I was a little impressed at the bottom of this when he said it. To all scholars who teach jihad, to all who teach and learn, this is the moment for the application. This is the moment for the application of theory. He also stated earlier, tribes of Jordan, sons of Jordan, brothers and sisters of Jordan, this is the moment of truth, and the border are close to you. You all know your responsibility. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the country of Jordan. Now, Syria looks like they might be getting involved as well, and Egypt is on the line. I'm hearing if Israel attacks help coming in from Egypt into the Gaza Strip, this can start another front. Lebanon is also on that list, though the Lebanese government is stating that they're not involved with what Hezbollah is doing. Right now, guys, the Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt can all be possibly getting into something with Israel. I fucking hope it doesn't. Blue Steel, thank you for the donation. He says, give your chair to AIDS treatment. Okay. So, again, guys, this could explode into something way bigger than we all wanted it to be. But we all sort of knew that. We all knew eventually, guys, that this was going to happen. That we were going to see something like this in our lifetime. And we have. And the more important thing, guys, is not to flip out. Period. Even if this goes to nuclear blows, which I'm hoping it doesn't. But being that one lawmaker pulled that out of her ass, we need to level Gaza Strip and lob nukes at them, or the Jericho missiles. The nuclear option is being floated. It's not on the table yet, but it's being floated. I'm pretty sure Benjamin Netanyahu's thinking about it, but if he didn't state it yet, it's not on the table, but it's being floated out there. Again, put that in the back of your head. Now, calls for senior Hamas officials to breach Israel's border from Sinai, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Gaza itself tomorrow, Friday. In addition, trying to incite the Arabs in the West Bank against Israel's settlement. The Americans must make sure that armies of Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon will not stop this intent, in addition to the IDF. So what they're stating is that they want these countries to set it off tomorrow. Again, we shall see. I mean, tomorrow's already there, so we shall see if we hear anything. U.S. Special Forces have landed in Israel, but they are mostly there for support, like I said earlier. And President Biden warns Iran to be careful in regards to stepping in the war. Imagine listening to President Biden. President Biden is like telling, Iran, you guys better be careful. If I was Iran, I'd be laughing. I'm like, shut up, old man. You know what? Here's some ice cream. Shut up and sit down in the corner. Let the men handle this shit. Iran steps in, guys. I think Lebanon would be forced to step in, is to step in as well. So is Syria. Not Syria is looking to step in, from what I'm hearing. That's rumor right now, that they're looking to step in, that they're looking to get their fucking dick wet. So we shall see what that's going to look like in the next couple of days. If Syria and Iran steps in, this is a whole new level. I think the UK stepping in, they're sending soldiers, or they're sending the Navy over here. One of the two. I can't remember what's going on. Now, guys, switching gears. We're going to talk about the Gaza Strip and what's going on over there. Gaza faces a humanitarian catastrophe as a power plant runs out of fuel. I know a lot of you don't care about, Gaza, but I have to be fair in reporting this, right? I can't just one side or another. I have to sit there and report everything that's going on. You guys come up to your own conclusion. That's all I'm going to do. So Gaza Power Authority has said the blockade enclave sole power plant will run out of fuel within a few hours. That was earlier today, so they should be out of power now, leaving Palestinian territory without electricity after Israel cut off supply in retaliation to the recent attack by Hamas, the armed group that runs to Gaza. Now, I'm more curious, guys. When Hamas took over the Gaza Strip, why didn't Israel light them the fuck up? When they saw them jumping in there and taking over Gaza, why didn't they contact the Palestinian government and yo, you guys want us to help and clean this shit up before it gets out of control? Because a terrorist group that close to your border, guys, is not that good. Though, yes, Israel's surrounded by these people. But this is a group that had intentions. This is a group that took the Gaza Strip over by force, killing a lot of their own people. Keep that in mind. Hamas killed their own people when they were taking over Gaza, the Gaza Strip, sorry. The Palestinian Energy Authority chairman, Tharif Melhin, told Voice of Palestine on the radio Wednesday that the plant would be shut down in the afternoon, so they are shut down, where about 2.3 million people live and one of the most densely populated areas in the world. This threatens to plunge the strip into complete darkness and chaos I might add, and make it impossible to continue to provide basic life services, all of which depend on electricity, and it will not be possible to operate them, particularly with generators in the light of the prevention of fuel from the Gaza Strip, yada, yada, yada. All of Gaza's crossings are closed, with the exception of the one from Egypt into Gaza. That's still open. All of Gaza crossings are closed, making it impossible to bring in fuel for the power plant or generators on which residents and hospitals have long relied on. Israel cut off the electricity supply to Gaza on Monday as part of what they call a total siege in response to the mass infiltration by Hamas fighters. Now, again, if Hamas did this, and they did this act, why should the people of Gaza Strip pay for the actions of a terrorist group? I understand their thinking, but if you want to be the better person, leave the people of Gaza alone and I know what they're doing. It just occurred to me. That's hostage protocol, right? The people of Gaza are the hostage of Hamas, and that's why they're shutting off their power, right? Remember Die Hard and whatever, turn the power off, cut the phone lines and all that other bullshit? That's probably what they're doing. Now, there's a little more to read. I'm going to skip it because it gets boring, so let's just keep the pace going. UN is the UN aid, right? So the UN Relief and Work Agency for Palestine refugees told Al Jazeera on Wednesday that it has at least 2 weeks' supply of food and water to assist more than 180,000 people who have sought refuge in schools in Gaza. We've got supplies for 12 days for food and water, or of food and water. Roads are blocked. We don't have telephone lines. We have a network hit by airstrike. It is really difficult for us to know what is happening. That's the UN Relief Work Agency for Palestine Refugee. They're talking about that. They're complaining about it, actually. We are relying on staff who are themselves refugees, who are going out to provide a service. It is really unprecedented situation we are facing. I would say so. Israel says no exception to Gaza siege unless hostages are freed. So, again, guys, the hostage, protocol, shut off power. turn off communications. That's what they're doing. The next article, Israel, and I didn't make this connection until just a second ago, and then I'm reading this article. I'm like, all right. So Israel says no exception to Gaza siege unless hostages are freed. Israel said Thursday today that there will be no humanitarian exceptions, to its siege of the Gaza Strip until all hostages are freed, after the Red Cross pleaded for fuel to be allowed to prevent overwhelmed hospitals from turning into giant morgues. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken arrived in Tel Aviv on a trip to show solidarity, told Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that America would always be by Israel's side. Israel has vowed to annihilate Hamas movement that rules the Gaza Strip in retribution for the deadliest attack on civilians in Israeli history, when hundreds of thousands actually, gunmen crossed the barrier and rampaged through the towns on Saturday. Public broadcast Khan said Israeli death toll has risen to more than 1,300. Most are civilians gunned down in their homes, and I've seen those videos, guys. Those are fucked up videos. There was a video of a gunman walking up to a car. He seemingly came out of the bush. Whoever was driving the car didn't see this shit coming. He shot into the car, killed both passengers. The car kept moving, and then they went back to the scene, and he pulls the bodies out. He starts rummaging through the cars, and then he took he took the cars. He pulled both bodies out, and then he took the cars. Public broadcast Khan said, nope, wrong. Sorry. Israeli has responded so far by putting Gaza home to 2.3 million people under a total siege and launching by far the most powerful bombing campaign in 75-year history of Israel-Palestine conflict. Destroying whole neighborhoods, Gaza authorities said more than 1,400 Palestinians have been killed and more than 6,000 have been wounded. The International Committee of Red Cross said the fueling power emergency generator at hospitals in Gaza could run out of power within a couple of hours. Now, again, guys, this is also important. This is switching gears a little bit. This is China, India hold military chief level talk on the border issue. China and India held the 20th round of military chief level talk October 9th through 10th. The Chinese Defense Ministry said the two sides had active, in-depth, and constructive communications on resolving the remaining issues in the western section of China-India border in an early, acceptable manner, because they thought one another was going to make a move. Now, India wasn't going to make a move on China, but whatever. They also agreed to maintain dialogue throughout military and diplomatic channels and safeguard peace, tranquility, yada, yada, yada. That sounds like bullshit. Anyway, what it sounded like, all I heard was India was pleading China not to storm. Because if China storms, guys, China going to come across that border like a fucking tsunami. A tsunami of Chinese people coming across the India border. I know that India has the same amount of people. I think China has a little more, but the same amount of people they could throw out this war. But nonetheless, I think they have more military guys than India, I think. Now, guys, the propaganda campaign. This is what I've been warning about. This is what I've been talking about for the last couple of days. We have to be careful of all the information that's coming out. We have to scrutinize everything that comes out in the media. Everything. Everything from the kids being beheaded. Right now, the Israeli government states that they have not seen those pictures. They have seen pictures of the kids that we saw that are circulating. Those pictures, like I said earlier, were from the initial attack. With the initial attack, guys, those are the kids that were killed. The other pictures of the hostage kids, that's the rumor that's been circulating. The Israeli government denied it. And, of course, they denied it because Biden got caught out there lying about it. We all saw Biden talk about that he's seen those pictures. We knew he was lying. And when he said that, I was like, this guy's lying. Because he didn't see those pictures because those pictures are not out there. I have people, guys, on the dark web looking for these pictures, and these pictures have not surfaced. Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, Taliban would put those pictures on the internet in a heartbeat to prove a point. They're not out there. So we have to be careful about what we are hearing and what we are seeing. And they can put a picture of any burnt kid and tell you, yeah, this happened in that siege. And even the Israeli government is denying that. So again, be careful where you get your information from. A lot of the information, guys, depends on which news agency you go with. Is one-sided. You got people saying that you got people who are siding with Palestine, and you got all of this one-sided news coming out of there. The Palestinians playing the "woe was me" card. Oh my God, look at us. We're running out of power. You know, we can't eat our fucking falafels and shit. Then you got the Jews, the people who side with the Jews, doing the same shit. They're playing the "woe was me" card, feeling bad for them, fucking locks and dreidels and a lot of the bullshit. You got to be careful about the one-sided news. People who are taking media outlets that are taking sides with the news agencies or through news agencies is a bad fucking thing. They should only be reporting what they see, what they heard, and what they know. They shouldn't be speculating, and they shouldn't be one-siding it. Everybody else here who's protesting, how they're just being one-sided, they're not in the middle. A lot of news agencies are not standing in the middle. A lot of news agencies are taking sides. So we got to be careful with that. Because the Palestinians are lying about a lot of shit. The Israelis are lying about a lot of shit. There is a middle ground of facts. But when you alter that facts, when you move it in what direction you want to go in, and you got people who side with you, they're going to believe it. Right? So if right now if the Israelis said they're force feeding, they're force feeding the hostages gasoline, people are going to fucking believe that. Right? So the name of the game, guys, is to stay divided. If you stay divided, they can conquer us a lot easier and a lot faster. And this is the most divisive issue on the planet. That and, God and whether God exists or not. Those are the two most divisive issues on the planet. The Israeli-Palestinian, you see the divide right away. You see people putting fucking Israeli flags in their front yard now. And you see people putting Palestinian flags in their front yard. I'm like, good job, fuck faces, because that does nothing for anybody who's involved in this shit. Zero. Right? We should not be a part of the problem. But I don't know what the solution is. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you do not mind. Oh, it did hit 1,000. I was going to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. If I pissed you off today. Erica, you take everything with a grain of salt. You got to look at it and go, all right. So and it sucks to be that way. That's the problem. It sucks because there's some shit you want to believe. You're like, I want to believe that. Like, I know these people would do it, but Jonathan Welch, I seen the pictures on X. Those are not them. Trust me, I know what I'm looking for, and that's not it. I've seen everybody's been sending me pictures from all over the place. They're emailing me and shit. Like, oh, holy shit, this is what I saw. I'm like, that's not it. That's not it. And again, if the Israeli government is denying it, and in fact, someone said the Israeli government was considering showing these pictures, but the pictures that are currently out, the Israeli government is denying that those pictures were from the initial attack, not from the captives, if you will. And like I said, guys, when you see those pictures, you'll know. I'll know. And listen, a lot of people shouldn't look at it, but I don't like the spreading of this false information. Guys, you can say whatever you want about kids, and people will believe it, and that's the problem. That's the problem right now. Hamas are animals. They're raping the kids, and they're going to believe it. People will believe that shit. Pure Blood, thank you, man. Thank you for the heads up. Appreciate it. So, yes, guys, tonight on the Angry Truth channel, we are going to talk about the tensions rising and the shit that's going on. Shit's going to get out of control, guys. I mean, and I'm talking about, like, what we're seeing. On the political side, on that side of the planet, that's going to get out of control. I see Syria and Iran stepping in. I see Israel pissing off Egypt and Egypt stepping in. So if Israel leaves Egypt's help for the Gaza Strip alone, it'll be okay. But if Israel bombs Egypt's resources and help, I see Egypt stepping in. And that's a very, very thin problem right now that could fucking break and turn into a fucking even more bigger problem. It's easy to get wrapped up in emotions in this. It's easy because I look at some of these videos of how they're treating these women and kids, and I'm looking at these videos and I'm getting annoyed and I'm getting pissed. But then I look at what's going on in Palestine and I get annoyed and I get pissed. And I'm like, this is bullshit. This shouldn't be happening. But nonetheless, it is. So, yeah, it's a fucking problem. It's a problem nonetheless, guys. It's a big problem that we're seeing. And too many clamps. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see, and that's the problem. I'm looking at certain things and I'm scrutinizing the pictures, but the best way to look at it is if I can see a full HD picture and I can get a better understanding of what I'm looking at. You know. All right, and so you, Angry, are in my sideways group, and that's not a good group to be in. Joel, I don't even know what a sideways group in. And thank you for putting me in a group that I had no use of being in, but all right, appreciate it. Yeah, listen, Iran and Lebanon get involved, or Iran and Syria, or Iran, Syria, and Lebanon get involved. This is gonna get out of control really fucking fast. And I fear, guys, because Russia made a comment earlier today or late yesterday. Russia made a comment. And when he made this comment, I was like, fuck. I could see that comment being a segue into the war. Now, Russia made the comment as the United States shouldn't get involved and that we shouldn't be helping and sending weapons. And I was like, motherfucker. The fact that he made that comment was a fucking gigantic red flag, guys. It was a huge red flag. And it was really concerning. So and if I'm not mistaken, he also blamed the attack. No, he said that the attack on Gaza, he said the attack on Gaza was inhumane and shouldn't have happened. That's what he said. And when I saw Vladimir Putin make that comment, I was like, it's just going to turn into a global war. Because it looks like he's itching to get in this and get involved at some level. So we shall see, guys. We shall see where this goes. The information that takes you sideways. Oh, that's what's actually. Listen, Joel, I'm just reading what's going on. I know what's going on. I know what this is. And I already said that. If you have missed it already, rewind the video and go back and watch. I already said I know what this is. Right? And I said it on my last live stream, matter of fact. Go watch that. Try to keep up, Joe. You're a little slow. You're slow on the take. But I know what this is, and that's why I'm not taking sides. That is exactly the reason why I'm not taking sides. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let your slow brain catch up and or just watch my live stream from Tuesday or earlier today. I am 1,000% sure, guys, this is a giant distraction. Meanwhile, we're all watching this. And the WEF has got a lot of shit in play right now. They're like fucking rubbing their hands together. We got these motherfuckers distracted. Let's pull all the stops out. That's most likely what they're doing. Oh, yes, Beef and Chicken. This is the Real Nigga Network. I said that before. I'll say it again. And this network, guys, we do not panic. We don't flinch. We don't blink. We know what's going on. And someone said, Jimmy said, you're sure. I am 1,000% sure I know what this is. I think this is false prophecy. I think this is set in motion on purpose. I think this is a giant distraction. And we are all looking at this. And missing everything else that's going on. Case in point, look what happened in Afghanistan. Nobody's talking about what happened in Afghanistan. Those people need some real help out there. I mean, so do the Palestinians and Israelis, but the what you call it, man, yo, the Afghans, they are fucked right now. I mean, a 6.3, another big magnitude earthquake. Holy shit! Talking about getting it up your ass, man. WEF, yes, the World Economic Forum. If you were to pay attention to what they're doing now, they're probably using this opportunity to do some fucked up shit, pass more laws, talk to more governments, get their CBDC rolling. That's what they're doing. But I think this is more false prophecy to get their gold, their ultimate gold. Remember, guys, there's been a rumor about, holy shit, what the fuck's that called? What's that thing in the sky? Project Bluebeam. There's talks about it. I don't know how true it is, but there's talks about Project Bluebeam sounding the horns. You know the horns I'm talking about. If I have to explain it to you, you don't know. Let's put it like that. And there's talk of them sounding the horns off early to get people to think the rapture's coming. Again, that's conspiracy theory. That's talk. That's all it is. Don't hold me to it. Whiskey Prepper said 3 earthquakes in one day. Again, talking about having it crammed up your ass. You know, and not even cramped, like a fist, and then the person opens their fist in your ass. That's what's happened in Afghanistan. They got fisted, and then the fist opened up in their ass. Imagine, man. Super Chad, go ahead, man. Have at it. I don't care. It's a fucking word. I'll say all of the fucking words. I don't give a shit, man. Kevin Middle, like, are you ready to eat crickets? Yes. I want cricket bread. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want cricket bread. I was just joking. Don't hold me to it. Like, WEF plan. But, guys, final message for tonight. There is a solar flare. The sun's been hyperactive lately, so there's also that to look at and look for. I'll probably talk about that next week. We shall see. But keep your head on the swivel. Make sure you know your surroundings, guys. If there's a lot of protesting in the area, stay out of the area. Please don't fucking, be in the middle of some shit you don't need to be in. If you're going to help, that's different. But if you're going to be there, if you find yourself there by accident, get the fuck out. We don't know what's going to happen exactly. And again, don't panic. Carry on. Do what you normally do. Don't stay out of the city. Don't fucking, do some crazy shit. Don't do any of that shit. Live your life, guys. Don't have this be the moment that you stay home and barricade yourself in. Don't do that. Fucking do what you do. Continue the day. Carry on. But keep your antennas up. Keep your head on the swivel, guys. That's all we can do. We're not going to alter our fucking life plans because of a threat. That is the bottom line. And I don't want anybody fucking panicking over a threat. This could be nothing, guys. This could be something. We don't know. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep up the fucking the vigilance, guys, and we'll be fine. That's all. Right? And again, no need to leave the city. No need to bug out. None of that shit. Just fucking stay focused, man. That's all it is. And keep your wit. And if it goes down, keep your wits about you. Don't panic. Don't cry for help. Don't curl up into a ball. Don't do any of that shit. Don't do any of that hipster pussy shit. Just get up and help or fight. Those are the two options if you're going to stay there. Help or fight. That's all we have, guys. That's all it is. And again, if some crazy shit go down, I will be there helping out and trying to patch people up or do whatever the fuck I can do. At best. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope to see some of you guys over on the Angry Truth channel. And I will, I'll see you guys next week if you do not join me on the Angry Truth channel. Good night, guys.